Hello and welcome to News Hour on Gat TV. I am Victoria Stephen. Kogi indigents from several local government areas have submitted a formal protest letter to the Independent National Electoral Commission (Inec), demanding immediate restoration of what they describe as suppressed constituencies across the state. At a press conference held on Thursday at the Inec office in Lokoja, a delegation of legal practitioners and local government officials argued that the current composition of the Kogi State House of Assembly violates constitutional provisions and undermines equal representation. Speaking during the press conference, Barrister Zacchaeus Dare, Executive Chairman of Kababunu Local Government Area, said the group acted in solidarity with all suppressed constituencies whose representation has been denied for decades. He pointed to Section 91 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which stipulates that each federal constituency should have 3 or 4 corresponding state constituencies. He noted that many local government areas in Kogi State, especially in Kogi Central and Kogi West, remain significantly underrepresented.
Today, as an interested party in this protest letter submitted to Inec National through the state office, as one of those local governments whose constituency were suppressed. As a lawyer, law are drafted in the spirit of fairness, justice, and equity. And this fairness, equity, and justice has been murdered over time immemorial in Kogi State. Section 91 of 1999 Constitution has stipulated that a federal House of Representatives will have 3 or 4 House of Assembly members in the State Assembly. And I'll break it down. I will start with Ida Federal Constituency, for example. They have 4 local governments. They have Igalamela, Odolu, Ibaji, and Ida. The former local governments are represented in the State Assembly. That makes it the maximum provision of the Constitution for one federal constituency. In Ankpa, they have 3 local governments: Ankpa, Omala, and Alamaboro. They have Ankpa 1, Ankpa 2. Alamaboro has assembly, Omala has assembly. They too equally achieve their maximum constitutional provision. In Dekina, for example, they have Dekina 1, Dekina 2. Dekina federal constituency is Dekina and Basa. They have Dekina 1, Dekina 2, and they have Basa. That means in Kogi East, they have only 1 more member to meet the maximum requirement of the Constitution. Come to Kogi Central, for example. Kogi Central has 5 local government. They have 6 Houses of Assembly, and they have 3 federal constituency. And this 3 federal constituency, in line with the spirit of Section 91 of the Constitution of 1999 as amended, which we didn't draft, and it was drafted for this, to secure egalitarian state assembly. They have only 6 House of Assembly members. 6 were suppressed in Kogi Central. In Kogi West, we have 7 local governments, and we have 8 members. Only Lokoja has 1 and 2. And 4 were suppressed in Kogi West. And in the 1992 assembly, we have this suppressed constituency having that member. The records are there. As a journalist, you can go there and take your record. Kaba has 1 and 2, Ijuma has 1 and 2, Eba West has 1 and 2, Koto has 1 and 2. So we are here now in solidarity with our people, that in the spirit of the Constitution, the INEC, we are not asking for creation, because creation will involve amending the 1999 Constitution to create more constituency. We are asking for restoration of what has been before, that is not on ground anymore. And we are urging INEC, as a matter of urgency for the next election, to revert to that old 1991-1992 structure of the State Assembly. The danger of this, I will emphasize it, it means that Kogi State Assembly from time immemorial is improperly constituted. If the law is saying 3, the 3 will give us 27, the 4 will give us 36, and the Assembly is 25. It doesn't mean that from time immemorial, the resolution passed in the House of Assembly, if it's challenged in court, it will be declared null and void. Quorum in the face of law is fundamental. So we are urging the INEC to restore all the suppressed constituency. We are urging His Excellency Alhaji Usman Ododo to please listen to the cry of those suppressed individuals so that we can have our representative.
Also speaking, Ayokunle Jonathan, a Lokoja-based legal practitioner, added that Kogi currently has just 25 assembly members, well below the number expected under Sections 91 and 114 of the Constitution. Despite multiple election cycles since the state was created, he said the suppressed constituencies spanning Kogi Central, Kogi West, and including Basa and Kogi East have not been restored.
The Constitution mandates the Inec to create some constituencies, particularly as it relates to Section 91 of the Constitution, which mandates that the House of Assembly of a state should have 3 or 4 constituents as the number of the federal constituencies in the state. Now we observed that after the state's creation in Kogi State, some particular constituencies were suppressed. And by this, there is no equal representation at the Kogi State House of Assembly. So we have written to the Inec, the national office of the Inec, through the Kogi State office, mandating Inec to comply with these constitutional provisions before the next election to enable equal representation.
It will be recalled that during a recent plenary, Honorable Sheyi Bello of Kababunu constituency in the Kogi State House of Assembly moved a motion calling on Inec to immediately restore 12 suppressed constituencies in line with constitutional provisions and earlier court judgments. The Assembly also urged Inec to commence and conclude a necessary delimitation exercise and called on Kogi State government to formally engage the Commission using previous court rulings and National Assembly resolutions as support instruments. And that's it on News Hour on Liga TV. I am Victoria Stephen. Thank you for staying with us.
The Vice Chancellor, Conference University of Science and Technology, Koste Kosara, Kogi State, Engineer Professor Abdurrahman Aspita Salau, on behalf of the University Council, Senate, management, staff, students, and the entire university community, cordially invites the general public to the maiden convocation of the first and second graduates of the university, which holds as follows: Thursday, 27th November 2025, VC's press briefing, time 10 a.m., venue, Senate Chamber, Koste Kosara. Friday, 28th, convocation lecture titled Ill Health, Illiteracy, Siblings Alliance Against Development. Convocation lecturer, His Excellency Dr. Olusegun Miko, former governor of Ondo State. Venue, Faculty of Law Auditorium, Kostek Osara. Time 10 a.m. Saturday 29. Convocation ceremony, investiture of Chancellor, awards of degrees and prizes to deserving graduates. Time 10 a.m. Venue, Convocation Arena, Kostek Osara, Kogi State. Special guest of honor, Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, Executive Governor, Kogi State and visitor to the university. Ms. Olufunke Hudson, Registrar, Kostek Osara. Announcer.